Dear viewers, I hope you are all fine. This ultrasound video shows a fetus of about 29 weeks 4 days having ventromegaly and hydrocephalus. You can see the fetus. This is the fetal abdomen. Now you are going to see the fetal head, and there is gross enlargement of the fetal brain ventricles. Approximately 1 in every 500 American babies are born with the hydrocephalus. It may be caused by an infection in the mother during pregnancy, such as rubella or mumps, or a birth defect, such as spina bifida. It is one of the most common development disabilities, more common than Down syndrome or deafness. Now, what is the difference between ventromegaly and hydrocephalus? You can see the fetus having ventromegaly. Now, the difference between the hydrocephalus and ventromegaly is that ventromegaly is a medical term used to describe enlargement of the ventricles of the brain. Hydrocephalus is a term used when enlargement of ventricle has been caused by an increase in the pressure of cerebrospinal fluid (CSF) within them. Hydrocephaly is a condition in which there is too much cerebrospinal fluid in the ventricles. This occurs when neural system for drainage and absorption of extra cerebrospinal fluid doesn't work right. The slow enlargement of ventricle means that the fluid pressure in the brain may not be as high as in other types of hydrocephalus. Ventromegaly represents the enlargement of fluid collecting system in the brain. It is pathological process that has many causes. Now, the causes of this ventromegaly and hydrocephalus. Number one, it may occur due to obstruction of the cerebrospinal fluid flow as a consequence of abnormal development of the ventricles or as part of destructive process as seen in cerebral atrophy. The presence of ventromegaly signals an underlying abnormal central nervous process and is often the first sign of associated abnormalities in organ structures other than the brain. Now, number two, one of the more common causes is due to narrowing, that is stenosis of the tube that connects the third and fourth ventricle aqueduct of Sylvius, thereby resulting in accumulation of cerebrospinal fluid. Now you can see the blood flow in the umbilical cord looks to be normal. Now the other most common cause involve abnormal brain development such as Dandy-Walker malformation, abnormal development of cerebellum, or agenesis of the corpus luteum. Now, the other causes may include chromosomal abnormalities, often include ventromegaly as one of the physical manifestations. If the child has mildly enlarged brain ventricle or ventromegaly without other complications, the condition may resolve on its own. When hydrocephalus is more severe or progressive, timely treatment is important. Again, you can see the fetal head showing the ventromegaly. Mild ventromegaly means that one or both of the baby's lateral ventricles are slightly larger than usual. Ventricles measuring between 10 to 15 mm are called mild ventromegaly. Mild ventromegaly is different from the more severe form of ventromegaly, hydrocephalus or water on the brain. Now these are the lower limbs of the fetus. Looks to be echomeconormal. The chance that mild ventromegaly represent a normal variant decreases with increasing degree of dilatation. Mild ventromegaly is likely to represent a normal variant if no other structural abnormalities are noted and if aneuploidy screening or diagnostic genetic testing representing results are normal. Ventromegaly can be due to changes in the normal flow of brain fluid or changes in the development of the brain. The ventricles are connected to the spinal cord and the covering of the brain. The connections let fluid flow through the baby's brain and spine. Ventromegaly will significantly worsen in approximately 2 to 5% of cases. In many fetuses, particularly those with borderline ventromegaly, the condition will resolve spontaneously, resulting in a normal outcome. If ventromegaly is isolated without significant head enlargement, vaginal delivery is reasonable. Again, you are going to see the fetal head. Now, this is the head, this is placenta, posteriorly attached placenta, and you can see the amniotic fluid You can find some important information in the description of this video. Thanks for watching. Please subscribe my channel. If you do like this video, please click the like button. Thanks.